Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I am back once again with another review and finishing up our look. These are the one-step Transformer action attackers from the Transformers Cyberverse line. And finally, we are looking at Bumblebee. Bumblebee is the last figure we're taking a look at. I don't know. It was also the last one I was able to get off of Amazon.com, where it is available right now. Now, unlike, say, Optimus Prime and Megatron, who had those reshells that were a part of Wave 2, this is actually the first one-step changer we're getting of Bumblebee that really embraces its Cyberverse design. The one from Wave 1 was a repaint of a repaint of a repaint of a repaint of a retool. It's basically that Switchblade Bumblebee that was floating around since Robots in Disguise, and it's all been repainted. This one, actually, if I'm not mistaken, uses the transformation that Age of Extinction one-step drift did. So we'll get to that. It does roll quite nicely. So the transformation, I would suggest holding it like this with the back of the car towards your body. This side you're going to rotate towards you. This side you're going to rotate away from you. And doing so, if you do it right, you just flip it all around, and there you have Bumblebee in its robot mode. As I said, it is using the newer Cyberverse design. So there it is. The figure does have a weapon gimmick on this arm. If you lift it up, it's his little Bumblebee stinger, and it rotates. Now, again, the instructions aren't that clear as to, is there some sort of spring mechanism or something I am missing on this figure that is supposed to trip this and bring it up? I do not know. I believe this is basically like Optimus Prime's, where the stinger is there and you're just meant to manipulate it with your hand, as a play feature. It is nice. It does, I think out of all of the one-step changers we've looked at recently, obviously this one is the most bulky due to the fact that you have the door shells here off of the side of the arm. There's unfortunately really nothing you can do about that. That is the nature of the one-step changers. But to return it to a vehicle mode, make sure you bring the arms back down. This one, there's a little bit more of resistance folding it down. I don't know if that's just me or that's because of the stinger gimmick. And then you're going to just go ahead and rotate things back around the way they were, snapping everything back into place. And there you go. Bumblebee's back in its vehicle mode. So we will pause, and I will be back with my final thoughts. Although Bumblebee is theoretically meant to be the star of Cyberverse, it is a little unfortunate that it appears the character has gotten the worst figures in the line thus far. A lot of them have been hampered due to the fact that usually the arm there is some sort of weapon gimmick, or it's just a larger, overly simplified figure. Hopefully down the line, like with the just revealed armor figures, we get a better Bumblebee that, looks like its animation model and has a little bit more going for it in terms of transformation and, I don't want to say articulation, but just being able to do stuff. I do have to admit, I think out of all the action attackers, this one is the worst. I think Prowl is my favorite. maybe actually, you see, it's tough. It's between Prowl and Megatron for my favorite, with Optimus Prime as a strong second, but Bumblebee unfortunately just doesn't grab me. As I said in the beginning, I got this figure off of Amazon.com, and as far as I know, it is available now, but the stock of these figures has been fluctuating. You know, Amazon often does some funny things when it comes to stocking new figures. They trickle them out instead of just letting them all hit at once. So if you can't find it right away, wait a day or two. It should pop back in. You can maybe set up an alert, but those are always spotty to work, and you might get the notification after someone's already gone ahead and bought the figure. But like I said, it's not the best. It's not the worst. It is sort of the worst, but that doesn't mean it's not really worth a pickup if you're a fan of the character. I know I'm saying a lot of contradicting things, but it's really just hard to, give it a solid thumbs up or thumbs down. So I'm going to give it like a thumbs in the middle. But this is your old pal Chuck for Bumblebee. We will see you next time.